Hello, good people. How are you this morning? Richard here, back to our community. Uh, as usual, to try and share personally messages out there that I believe relate with me in the moment. As you know, the channel is called Serve Your Time. The whole point is to aspire, to inspire, love, learn, and keep going. You must have noticed that I've been away for maybe a month. I think the last email was not email. The last video must have been a month ago. My aim has always been to do at least 2 weeks to 1 month. However, I've also been having so much to unpack in terms of work, and I think that this year has to rank up there when it comes to work-life pressure, and I think trying to unclog the mind, feeling extremely exhausted, stressed. But I'm happy that I'm back. And actually today, for the first time, I've done the video. I think it's 2 minutes to 5, and this is like my happy hour in terms of I feel alive, the most when I'm early. So I'm hoping that you will let me know if the quality is up there. Plus, I am trying out using this noise cancellation headphones, hoping that it will assist in managing the noise, and maybe this hour also would be good. So if it works out, then it would be a fantastic way for me to start the day by just shooting out something. But again, like I said, I only share things that I believe, and I'm going through, and I relate to life. So sometimes the videos may not be as consistent, but maybe in future I'll be having guests who would have similar stories. Yes. So today, as you see, I want to talk about obviously the title is Smiley Bald Head, and please be nice. Don't over smile at my bald head. But at the same time, along that is a win and a loss are one and the same. Family. Now, and we never get what we want sometimes. Now, the whole point of the title really is obviously. I think in my lifetime I have done the shaving, like this kind of shaving, at least in my adult life, 3 or 4 times, and I usually do it, especially when I have had a lot of hair, and maybe like for example this year, I think as from March it's been back to back, very very tough projects I've been working on for a couple of years. Everything is coming together, and it feels like if you don't really put in your best, you don't know what will happen, because anyway, you cannot control everything, right? And out of that, it's sometimes felt like this is just I need to freshen up my mind. I need to and for me, just like reptiles do, this is one way of freshening up my mind, because trust me, it's not the easiest thing to do, especially if you have an interesting head such as mine. But I mean, it makes me feel better, because it never takes long, and but of course there are many people who who live who prefer shaving bald, or who have to shave bald. Personally, it's a tough one, because I'm not used to it. Anyway, so, and that's the smiley bald head for you. So in terms of win and losing being the same thing, of late I've been thinking, So when you are having a very tough work situation, right? Sometimes, especially if you run your own business, whatever it is, it gets to a point where all you need is help. All you need is support, with the network around you. And sometimes you find that even your support system, the network around you, they're probably supporting you in a way that you don't perceive they are. And in as much as you would wish support to be different. So sometimes you feel like, okay, how long can I really get help? Really get help? And perhaps in the end, you keep, perhaps you without realizing, you keep asking and asking and expecting and asking and expecting, however much you communicate what you want, knowing that even everyone else is going through something, because we're all going through something. However, sometimes it works, right? Sometimes it doesn't. So the example I could use that if you have an expectation, let's say from a client or a colleague or a friend or a relative, and you need them to support you, whether it's emotionally, financially, physically, mentally, whatever it is, and then eventually you realize that actually they don't get it, or they are not doing what you expect. So for me, that's a loss, right? But that's a loss from your perspective. But also it could be a win in the sense that it also gives you a different perspective, and then you sort of like try to think outside the box, and try to fight mentally to find yourself, because sometimes in being selfless, we can be selfish. In being selfish, we can be selfless, because it's for me, I found it very very exciting. And even people who love you the most, they will do things the best way they know how. And it is usually upon you to either decide what you make out of a situation, right? Because everyone is fighting for what they believe is either a way of support, or a way of even them, living their life the way they see it. So again, it's now always on you to see how to classify this. Is it a win or is it a loss? And if it's a loss, where does it lead me? How can I utilize, this, convert a loss initially to an opportunity to open the door for you to find yourself. So that for me becomes a win. And like I said, it can come from anyone in a network. It can be your family, your love. It can be anyone, And the one thing about being an entrepreneur, it's always lonely, in the sense that you need things done a certain way, but then you need to have people come into that space, because you see your projects, you have a vision, you want to implement X, right? And you have to have people understand that journey, and that could mean how you want, let's say, the company to progress. It doesn't mean that that's how they see it, and it is your job to direct, or at least to to point, the people in the business, and that also means the people around your network to understand what it would take for them to support you. And in most cases, and that's where I think the loneliness comes in, they will, you might come out as insensitive or controlling or selfish, maybe you're not as much available, or if you are, especially emotionally, you look like it's your emotion. But that's the nature of entrepreneurs. And learning is always a tough one. So, like I said, sometimes we don't always get what we want. But I after thinking about it, and I was saying, okay, is it so bad after all? Could people be doing things to help you learn and unlearn? So anyway, sometimes in life, I think from my own perspective, as long as I think you are open to seeing things in a wider perspective, you'll have those two moments where you feel like, but why? Why don't people see my way of things? Perhaps at the same time, even your colleagues at work, your loved ones, your siblings, or your people within your circle are equally asking the same. But it only takes, if you're a leader, you have the kind of sacrifice that you make is, in as much as you feel that pain, you must always understand that this is probably what it takes. This win is a loss in a sense that someone maybe felt bad, but that loss is also a win, because perhaps they maybe learn how to deal with situations better, or even them, they learn how to deal with situations better. Yeah, obviously it's freezing here, freezing and trying to maintain my lovely YouTube dress code. So I appreciate your time. I'm curious. I would love to know what you think about this shiny kapala, so they call it, and also just share your opinion. Once again, good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are in the world, and let's keep sharing. Let's inspire to aspire. Richard out.